Hey everyone, this is an Amalgia video, and today we're going to go over cooking basics. Cooking is new in Animal Crossing version 2.0, which is out now, so if you haven't downloaded it, go ahead and do that. And it's free, so you'll have access to all the cooking things without having to pay any extra money for them. The basic requirements of cooking in Animal Crossing New Horizons are pretty simple. The first requirement is that you've completed Nook's DIY workshop. So that's one of the earlier events in the game, and if you are a new player, then maybe you haven't completed it, but it's very simple to do. You just have to talk to Nook, and he'll have you craft something. I believe it's a wooden wardrobe, and then you customize it, and then you're basically done. And then that will unlock the ability to get the Nook Miles be a chef item from the Nook Stop terminal. And if you have the town hall, it's in the town hall. And if your town still has the tent, then it's in Nook's tent. The second requirement is that you have a kitchen or stove set. The ones you buy from Nook's count, and the ones that you craft count as well. Also, when you end up buying the BF Chef DIY permit, then it comes with a stonework kitchen set, which looks pretty cool, but we'll get to that later. Alright, once you log in, head on over to the Town Hall. If you're just getting started on 2.0, there's going to be a bunch of other good permits and things to buy at the Nookstop terminal, so pick those up while you're there. The item you're looking for to start cooking is called Be a Chef DIY Recipes Plus, and it costs 2,000 Nook Miles. Once you purchase the permit, it will automatically download to your phone, and it actually changes the icon of your entire DIY app. This gives you 9 new DIYs. 8 of them are food items, and 1 of them is a kitchen set, in case you never bought one from Nook, or you just like the look of the stonework kitchen set and want to craft one for yourself. In addition to the stonework kitchen, the other items that it gives you access to are flour, sugar, carrot pottage, pumpkin bagel sandwich, tomato curry, grilled sea bass with herbs, pancakes, and it'll be a smoothie based on whatever the starting fruit of your town was, so for me, it was orange smoothie. After you have these recipes unlocked, head on over to the Nookling shop, because they'll have 8 more recipes for you to purchase. It'll be in the cabinet, and it'll be sorted with the DIYs, but it'll look different from all the other ones, because it'll have a different picture that matches your new DIY app icon that's got a whisk on it. The item is called Basic Cooking Recipes. It costs 4,980 bells. Once you purchase it, the Nooklings will automatically download the new DIY cooking items to your phone. This gives you access to whole wheat flour, brown sugar, seaweed soup, organic bread, gnocchi di patate, tomato puree, brown sugar cupcakes, and carrot cake. Now, in case you don't have a kitchen or you just want the stonework kitchen set, let's go over crafting it. It'll be in your DIYs already, and it'll probably be sorted with the stone items in your DIY list. It costs 30 stone, 15 clay, and 10 iron nuggets in order to make. It's a pretty big kitchen, and I like its gray stone brickwork. I checked, it's not customizable, so hopefully they add something later that allows it to be, because if you could have it in different colors, that would just be all the better. At this point, you should be able to cook some of the simpler DIY items, like the fruit smoothie, for example. Right now, food only seems to give you more points on your fruit gauge, which isn't all that helpful. Other than that, food is just more of a style thing at this point, because there are some very cool looking dishes, and some of them are pretty rare to get. I suppose with 2.0 being out now, there will be some people that trash their towns and need to move a lot of trees and break rocks, so for those people, food is right for you. Cooking does actually appear as a Nook Miles objective now for 150 Nook Miles if you cook one thing, so I'm glad they limited it to one. They could have done two, and that would not have made me happy, but yeah, so it's in the rotation now. The only other use I've seen for food so far is that you can give prepared dishes to villagers as presents, and judging from their verbal reactions anyway, they seem to be very pleased with your homemade cooking. In exchange for dishes, they give you a small common reward, just like the other items you would give them as gifts. There are also two new larger Nook Miles objectives for cooking. One is for the amount of DIYs you get, and the other is for the amount of dishes you've made. Now let's talk about some of the other ways you can acquire cooking DIYs. First, there are some hidden DIYs that you can get by catching specific fish. As with most of my videos, I've got a link to the Amalgia website, and right now on the Amalgia website there is a list of cooking DIY locations and some of the fish that I found so far. It's an ongoing work in progress, but I'll update it periodically as I find more. But it has a decent amount of them so far, so if you're interested in collecting them all, then head on over there and take a look. The other ways to get cooking DIYs is sometimes they're taught to you by villagers in their homes, and sometimes they're found in bottles that wash up on the beach. But now let's turn to getting the items that you need to grow as ingredients for your dishes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to head on over to the airport, and then we're going to go to Harv's Island, because it's changed now, and the changes are very important. Just make sure that you have 100,000 bells in your inventory before you head out. Animal Crossing fans have been asking for the ability to farm and grow crops for a while now. We got a brief glimpse into what the process would be like back in October 2020 when pumpkin starts were released for the Halloween event. If you're new to the game, you unlock Harv's Island. One day he'll just eventually be wandering around your town, and then you talk to him and he says to come to his island, and then you go to the airport and you talk to Orville and just say, I want to fly, and go to Harv's Island, and that's pretty much the basic gist of it. If you've been to Harv's Island before, once you get there, you'll notice that there's a whole new path open. And the first time you visit, it's not there, but there will eventually be a ADB terminal where you can deposit and withdraw bells directly on Harv's Island so that you don't have to worry about forgetting money when you take the plane ride over there. You don't have to do anything special to get the bell deposit terminal to appear on the island. I think just the day after you unlock it, the next day it'll be there. Harv will introduce you to Harriet, who will cut your hair once a day, and you have the ability to learn new hairstyles from her. There are also 6 other stations where familiar faces will open up shops in this new shopping center that Harv has. I may do a more thorough explanation of this whole shopping center in a different video, but for now we're focusing on getting the Leaf shop. Leaf can come to your town randomly, but if you want to quickly get all the cooking ingredients you need in order to make many dishes, then you need to invest at the gyroid that brings Leaf to Harv's Island, and then you'll be able to get 2 different types of vegetable produce to grow in your town a day. There are 2 gyroids to the east, 2 to the west, and 2 to the north, and Leaf is the one that's on the right on the north side. So this is why we had to bring the 100,000 bells. You can fully invest in one shop once a day. So in total it'll be about 600,000 bells, but we only need 100,000 bells at this point since we're just doing Leaf. After you fully invest in a shop up to the 100,000 bells mark, you can just come back the next day and the shop will automatically be built. Fortunately, it's not a 2-day wait period or anything like that. Harv will introduce you to Leaf, even though you're probably already acquainted at this point, but Leaf has new options. Leaf even has a weeding service where Leaf will pull all the weeds in your town. But regardless of the amount of weeds that you have in your town, it costs 100,000 bells. So it's pretty steep. But if you haven't played in a long time and your town is completely overrun, it may be a good idea. But we're here for Leaf's produce starts. And now with a shop that you can visit every single day, the random 2 that he'll have listed in his shop inventory will change, and you'll be able to get them all faster. Leaf still sells flowers and shrubs like normal, but for me, it had seed potato and seed tomato available. So I bought a few groups of 5 so that I would have extra later in case I wanted to plant more. You can plant them in any arrangement you want. At this point, I don't know of anything produce-wise that hybrids, so it's unlike flowers, but who knows? Maybe they'll add something in later, or maybe there's just something I haven't seen yet, but that'd be pretty cool if you could hybrid the produce starts, but I just don't think it's possible. So plant them in the ground, water them every day so that you can get your maximum crop yield. And that's it for Cooking Basics. If you found any of the Amalgia videos or guides on the website helpful, please subscribe to us on YouTube. It really helps us out. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.